Welcome to the hot seat.
Hey everyone, welcome to Hot Seat, where the questions are hot.
And we're trying our best. Today we have Mike Kessler in the house. So excited to have you with us.
Thank you.
Welcome to Hot Seat.
Thank you.
This is a fun fact for all of you that you might not know about working on staff at High Desert Church. We have a lot of Mike, even a Mikey. We have a lot of Mike variations going on. We got 4 Mikes on staff.
Yeah.
And so they're all not only first name, but both names. So
Yeah.
Mike is not just Mike, he's Mike Kessler. Yes. So we're excited to have Mike Kessler with us here today and to learn all about him.
Yeah, Mikey's really the only one that stands out as a one-name Mike because he's got the Y.
Right.
Everybody else's last name.
Yeah.
Though it would be cool maybe for us to do nicknames instead. That would be fun. Yeah. Yeah, like I would love to know the nickname that Mike would choose for.
That can be our first question.
Yeah.
What would you choose if you couldn't go by?
We're going off script here, but I want to know.
Well, Jody, Mikey, and I have this app that we share,
Okay.
which is for the ring, the Aura ring, which whatever.
Yeah.
So we're in this group, and so if you look at how we're tagged in that, there's Big Mike, not Big Mike, and not a Mike. And that would be Jody. So yeah. So typically, we're having to organize ourselves, in whatever way Mikey finds to be the funniest.
So would you go by Big Mike then?
Yeah, I'm the big. Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that
I'm
too.
the Big Mike. Yeah.
I think I'm gonna, without even telling anybody on staff, I'm just gonna try.
I knew he was going to do that. I knew it. And I was thinking, how weird is that going to be?
I'm just gonna say, did you
I'm
talk?
going to go talk to Big Mike about that.
Yeah.
And they're like, who are you talking to?
I was thinking more like, did you talk to Big Mike about that? And they're like, who's Big Mike? I'm like, Mike Kessler. You didn't catch this? You didn't know this?
So you're just going to make everyone else, you're basically going to gaslight
Yeah.
everyone into thinking this has always been.
I'm gonna gaslight everybody into calling him Big Mike.
Yeah.
It's gonna be awesome.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I love
Except
it.
my plans out there on the Hot Seat podcast.
That's
to
okay.
our
Everyone can also call
So-
him Big Mike. Okay, well, Big Mike, tell us.
Big Mike.
That's Reggie. Yeah.
We should have done this at the end. Jackson's not going to be able to focus now. Okay, tell us about your family growing up.
So my mother is from Japan. And then she married my stepfather when I was maybe 2, and so he was a career Marine. So we were stationed, all over between Japan and whatever other countries. A lot here in the U.S. I have an older brother, Frank, and then I have a younger half brother and sister, Christopher and Jennifer, and. So that was growing up. We have family all spread out. My mom's family in Japan, but because my dad was military, it was just always us. We were, we didn't have really extended family that we knew well, so it was just us. We were the home team, and then now I have my wife Myra. So we've been together, married almost 17 years, and then we have Layla, who is in college, Mia, who's on her way to college, and then we have Saya, who's 4, and then I have 2 older kids from my previous marriage, Kayla, who's 28, and Jordan, who's 23. He's in the Air Force in Japan now, and then I have some grandkids. I have a lot of kids. A lot of little ones.
Man, what is it about military in Japan with your family?
I know, I was going to say, was that just like a weird coincidence that happened? For you?
No, I think, my mom's presence, I think that part of my culture was always really, prevalent in their lives. We always made it a thing, when I do all the cooking at home. So what we cooked, as far as that, that part of the dinner was, it's always been really like just a part of our home. So they've sought that out, I think, in their own, in their own pursuits. And so that was the first place my son wanted to go, was to visit. So, yeah, so just kind of part of it, I guess.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I love it. Yeah. Okay, well, that kind of goes, I'm going off script a little. This is a question we had later for you, but you just mentioned you do all the cooking at home. What is your signature dish?
I would probably signature dish.
Family's like, Big Mike's cooking tonight.
Yeah.
He was smiling as you were thinking. I knew he was
Big
waiting to
Mike's-
say
Big Mike's
something
cooking
idiotic.
tonight. What's on?
Well, several years ago, yeah, I probably would have said it would have been my fried chicken, and I make black-eyed peas and the whole shebang, but I don't get to eat that anymore. So I would probably say it's kind of shifted over to another. I don't want to start saying it because then I sound kind of silly, like I'm trying too hard. We do a little compote and chili. I don't want to do all that. So I make chicken. No, I make chicken.
Don't
You
be
make
bashful.
chicken.
Otherwise,
Yeah.
I make chicken.
This
Here's
sounds like a
question.
good chicken.
You have girls that are teenagers, so you might have heard of this phenomenon called girl dinner. Are you familiar with the concept?
I am not.
Okay, so this is what this happened. This kind of blew up on social media last year, where girls would post like, "This is what I eat for dinner when I'm home alone," and it's like one Pop-Tart and some lunch meat from the fridge and half an apple,
stick of cheese,
right? Just like random. And so I'm curious what people, and that was like the concept: is this what I eat when I'm home alone? No one else is home. What do you eat for dinner if it's just you at home? No daughters, wife's not there.
Oh yeah, I
Just Big Mike.
I knew you were going to say that.
So I'm of the mindset where if I'm going to make something, it's worth making. So I won't just make, a steak and baked potato. I'll do, I have to make it worth my effort to eat.
Okay.
So
you're going all out, even if it's just you.
Even if it's just me, I'll make, roasted peppers with, garlic potato. Like I'll just do the whole thing. So my girls are the same way though. If you were to ask them what is, girl dinner like for you, Mia will probably show you a dish of, roasted shrimp with sauteed onion. Like Layla is a whole different, gamut of, her creations are just worse than mine, but that's just what we do. Cooking and dinner was a staple at home. That's what we do as a family. I cook with them. We eat every night at the table. It's just, so you don't find a lot of instant food in our house.
Yeah.
It's an effort. We enjoy it. So that's kind of how.
That's so cool.
Yeah, you're not setting that game down no matter what.
No.
What's your girl dinner?
Oh man, taquitos.
From the frozen.
taquitos. Yeah.
He's throwing up in his mouth right now.
Yeah, I'd be a little mad at you.
Oh man, I could throw down so many of those too.
My girl dinner, always scrambled eggs. I love scrambled eggs.
That's a go-to too.
Okay, so I'm making it. Toast, scrambled eggs, and if we have some turkey bacon, I'll do some turkey bacon or some real bacon. We don't usually have real bacon, but if I'm alone, I'm eating eggs.
Yeah, I've made my wife the same breakfast for, forever. It's 2 eggs over easy, a piece of ham, and 1 tortilla. She doesn't want me to do the pico de gallo. She doesn't want me chopping onions. She doesn't want it. She's just
simple.
Just make my eggs, give me that piece of ham, and put it on the table.
I love that.
So, yeah.
That sounds delicious.
She's easy.
To the point that she has to tell you, like, don't go so hard on
Yeah,
this.
she gets annoyed.
How does that go for you though with your youngest? Does she have a very advanced palate for her age, like what she likes to eat?
Yeah, she eats a lot of things that I think are probably contrary to most kids, but just maybe the exposure's not there. She'll eat, seaweed and, ume paste and a lot of things but she also, loves cereal and chicken skin. She loves to eat the skin off all the fried chicken. That's all she eats.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I made a dozen thighs, on the grill, and she ate all the skin. I might have helped her.
Yeah,
I just peel them off.
Just a little bit.
She just looks at me like, Dad, and I'm like, yeah.
Like,
okay,
okay,
How can
fine.
you say no?
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah.
Okay, so where did you talked a little bit about how even growing up cooking was a big part of life. Where do you feel like though you developed the skills? Did you just is trial by fire a little bit? Like you just figured it out?
Yeah, my mom worked as well as my father. So he was stationed out a lot or whatever. So it was usually just my mom, but she worked at nights. And so my sister was 7 years younger than me. So at 9, which probably is contrary to things nowadays, I would stay home and watch her all night. So it'd be me and my little sister. And so I got tired of hot dogs. So I decided the first dish I cooked on my own was fried chicken. And so I made fried chicken.
So that's just carried you through.
Yeah, I just was forced to do it. I was bored with, French fries in the oven. So I said, well, I'm going to make fried chicken. So I made us fried chicken. And I made one for my little sister. I put her in the high chair. She's eating it. I'm cooking. And I look back at her and the temperature was too high, so the outside looked great, the inside was raw. So I had my 2-year-old sister, just blood all over her face, you know, and so I'm terrified. So I put her to bed, and I waited all night for my mom to come in and say, like, your sister's dead. She died from food poisoning or something. So I just laid in my bed like I killed my sister. You know, I made her sick with dead red raw chicken.
I like how you were like, I don't want to watch you
The
die.
logic of a 9-year-old, go to bed. I don't know.
Just like,
I'm going to put you to bed.
Yeah, I'm soft her head a little bit.
You can die
you know?
peacefully
Die in
there.
peace.
This is so bad to say this out loud.
No.
So I might have hugged her longer than normal. But so that was it. So after that, though, we didn't make chicken for a while, but I did. That was kind of where it started. You know, I wanted to just cook and do different.
Eat good
and
food.
It kept her busy next to me. And so, yeah, that was kind of how it
That was so
started
cool.
and just evolved into what it is.
I was going to say fried chicken is like a big swing for the first,
It was
like
a little,
hot oil,
It was a little
frying
ambitious,
things. Yeah.
very ambitious. The outside, it really did look good.
I
though.
believe
I
it.
was really impressed with myself.
I'm thinking like 9-year-old pre-worldwide internet that you were just like, I know how to make fried chicken.
You know what's
that's
funny?
pretty impressive.
I knew how to mix the flour based on the color. I watched my mom put in the seasoning, so I knew when it hit a certain shade that I had seasoned it
Right.
enough.
Huh.
And I still cook that way.
Yeah.
I don't measure. I know if it's a certain color, we're ready to go.
Just go by the look of
That
it.
was it. Just watching my mom and hanging out. So that's kind
A
of
true chef. You've got that feel for it.
Yeah, it was. I'd say ratatouille, but I don't.
Well, I was just
have
going
hair.
to say that, and I was like,
I'm
no,
bald.
we know it's
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, it's just me.
There's no
No
hair
hat
to
to,
pull.
no hat to hide.
No, there's none of that. So yeah, so it was just me.
What would you say is the most like Japanese cuisine that frequents your household today?
Oh, well, we're big on, sashimi and sushi. And we make a lot, variations on noodles on the soup base. But we have everything, we do Japanese curry and a lot of it's the condiments that I think set us apart, the type of pickles or vegetables. But it's always kind of spread out regardless of what we're eating. There's some presence of that, that cuisine that's there. I think the most common, Layla really likes to make her own sashimi. So she's learned how to prepare the fish and cure it and do all those things. So, but I think that's the most,
big process
right there. It is. So.
Where are you guys getting fish from when you're doing that? Because, now when you're eating it raw, you're getting a little picky about your fish.
There's a market in Victorville Hill. It's an Asian store that they sell sushi-grade fish. It's a little more expensive, but it's, I don't know, hopefully it is. Maybe they just buy it at Costco and rewrap it, sushi grade.
They're like, this just thawed from Costco.
Just rewrapped. So, but once you cure it, it kind of changes the grade and gets it so you can eat it raw. So, she learned that early on. She taught herself that. So
That's impressive.
yeah.
I love it. It's like your girls have done that too. Does your youngest enjoy cooking with you?
She likes to stand there and tell me what to do.
Love that.
So she knows, I help her like flip pancakes.
A bit more of a manager than the actual.
She's the ratatouille. She's the little.
she's the
dad, but she pulls my shirt.
Yeah,
it's dad. So, but she likes to hang out in the kitchen. She sits on the counter and tells me what to do. So that's just a good place for us. I think I did it with my mom every day. So that's kind of the congregation spot for us. That's where we catch up. Even my wife, when she comes home, that's kind of where we filter to and we reconnect for the evening, and then that's probably where we spend most of our together hours. So
that's so cool.
Yeah.
It is a lost art, dinner around the table as a family.
It's
sad how rare that is.
It was a real priority for me, so we made the effort. Sometimes dinner gets late, but we wait on Myra or the girls. So I've tried to make that a real big point for us to stay together as a family. So that's it.
Outside of cooking, what would you say make up your hobbies? You're not working. What are you doing? I mean, it sounds like cooking a lot of the time, but
fried chicken.
We do,
Outside of that, what makes up Big Mike's use of time outside of work?
I don't know that I have hobbies per se. I think I think it's changed. I think I used to do a lot of things I enjoyed kind of just as to occupy time. Work. No, I don't know. I think I'm always working.
Yeah.
I think my off time is now is spent with my kids. I've realized that I think early on, as a younger man, I thought that provision was the critical point. It's where I found joy as a father to give to them. So I worked more to be able to do that. And for me, that was enjoyable. I think now it's finding things that I wouldn't normally think to do. My dad wasn't like that. Like going to the park isn't a natural instinct for me. I have to remind myself or say, oh, hey, I'm supposed to take her to the park. But that's changed now. And so now that's I think that's the hobby is as I've gotten older is trying to get as much kid time as I can. Yeah. So yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love it. Okay, our next question. How do you like being bald?
Okay.
You struck a
Let's
nerve.
just go. Let's just go with this. Okay. So I was 18 when I started losing my hair. And this is such an emotional scar. So
Is it actually?
it kind of is. It
See,
kind of
this
is. Not really.
No, you don't have to talk about it.
No. So here's this
No,
was how
Mike, I'm so sorry.
What you don't know here, Mike, is Aaliyah's asked every single bald person we've had on the show.
It's a life changer.
same
Yeah.
question.
So, I don't. It's, no, I'm just kidding.
I should have made you do it.
This was literally the end of whatever professional high school career I was going to have. I was, 18, 17. And probably the prettiest girl in school was in class. She sat behind me, and as she's leaving class, she stops. And she looks down at me and she says, hey, Mike. I say, hey. And she says, you have a bald spot?
Man.
And I said, oh.
Cold.
Yeah. And I think she might have
Drawn it
touched
for you?
it.
Yeah.
It said right here. And so everyone in the class just looked at her saying, hey, great bald spot. And so anyways, from then on, it was just this constant hiding it, not being able to see it. It was just, so when I decided to go bald, it was great. Michael Jordan was the top of the world. He made bald cool.
Made it cool.
It didn't make it cool for me. But unfortunately, it was not by choice. It was an evolution of, loss of hair. So, but now I like it, I think, because it's easy to maintain. No, I don't like it. I wish I had hair. I do.
That's it.
I miss
Your
it.
answer is
Yeah.
making me rethink asking anyone else.
I wouldn't do it
question.
again.
I'm so
It's-
sorry.
Yeah, it's probably going to form a small resentment in me for later.
I'm sorry. I hope we can work through it.
Functionally, just like the girl in high school who said, did you notice that you were bald?
That's going to be the other half of that story. So the pretty girl, and then Aaliyah
And then
later.
this one time I went on a podcast with Aaliyah.
30 years later, when I thought it was over,
Yeah.
that scab. There you go.
Hey, you
So
know you're bald, by the way.
Let me just say, you don't know this yet, but
Yeah.
he was way worse to Landon on the last episode.
Yeah, I'm okay. No, it's yeah.
That's so
Okay,
good.
Jackson, you take a question.
Okay, I got a question for you. So one of the rules about Hot Seat is we don't talk about work, but this is as close as we get. This is as close to the line as we get. If you were to describe your job at HTC as a tool, what would it be?
Like a tool in a toolbox.
The box can be as diverse or big as you'd like it to be.
Well, I think initially coming on, I think it would be. I think it was. I hope it's different now. But duct tape. I think it was a lot of duct tape. Let me, I got to hold this together while I fix this, and then I'll come back to this. So there was a lot of duct tape flying. I think if that was me in the beginning, I think that's changed. But duct tape, yeah, there's duct tape.
That's a good answer.
That is a good answer.
Every once in a while, you still got to duct tape
I still got to
something,
duct tape,
you know?
yeah. So
That's a recurring theme.
That's
Yeah.
the only tool we know how to use.
So true.
yeah.
You're actually generally showing up on the scene after we've already duct taped
After the
something.
duct tape, yeah. So
We
it's-
duct taped this, but it's still not working, Mike.
We're not sure why.
Yeah.
Okay. What was your favorite cartoon as a kid?
Oh, lots of choices there. Favorite cartoon. I'm gonna say, it's a tough one.
You can give us a few if it's hard to pick. If it's
I'm
hard to
gonna
narrow
s-
it
No,
down.
I think it was probably top favorite, the gummy bears. Yeah.
I've never heard of that. one.
It was a short-lived, it was very jovial. They bounced, they sang.
I loved your use of jovial there. That was great.
Yeah, it really was. That's probably the only time I use that in my life. But it was, and it was, it was just, my brother was into we lived in Japan, so everything he liked to watch was Japanese anime. Like I grew up, the Pokemon cartoons they watch now, I watched as a kid.
Yeah.
And so, but I was younger, so my Japanese wasn't as fluent. I didn't get it all. But the Armed Forces radio, they had a certain number of cartoons, and that was the one that he would let me watch. So it was just this celebration of independence as a 4-year-old.
Yeah.
And but I liked it a lot, and I really enjoy. I still eat them.
Hey.
As
And
an
do you
adult,
think of the
still a fan.
cartoon?
I do.
Yeah.
I do all the time.
Was it a cartoon that was like also being played in the States, or was it?
I'm sure
pretty-
it was. Yeah, I'm sure it was. It was a English, like an American cartoon, and
Okay.
so the Armed Forces Radio was just one channel, and they did block programming, and so they would show American sitcoms and then American cartoons on Saturday mornings. So that was it.
Gummy bear cartoon.
We got a 3-hour window, and it was my favorite.
That's awesome.
Comment down below if you watched Gummy Bears growing up.
Yeah.
We'd
I
love
I wonder
to
how
know.
many seasons there were.
We could
maybe
find
It
this
was a
out.
short run.
I think not many.
Okay, here's a question. How much, you were saying my Japanese wasn't that good.
Mm.
How much awareness did you have of the Japanese language? But how long did you guys live in Japan?
So I lived there the first time from 1 until 1st grade.
Okay.
So when we actually came here, the school actually had to tell my mother to stop speaking Japanese in the home because our English was so limited.
It was confusing you guys too
It was,
much.
yeah. It's not that, our accents weren't heavy. I think it was just comprehension. And we would mix the two languages very often. Like I counted in Japanese, even though I knew the number.
Right.
But I would say it in Japanese. I understood the mathematical value and the appearance, but so there were some difficulties there. The biggest issue was the dialects. I learned Japanese from my mom and cartoons. So, but boys and girls speak differently, even at a younger age. So it was just, my brother was a little more advanced, but so we did have to come back and transition when we made it to the States in 1st or 2nd grade. But yeah, so.
So how much Japanese could you understand right now? Like
I
none?
could, casually a conversation. I think just, a casual conversation I could get by. I don't recall it, I don't recall it like on my own to, like if I'm trying to think of a word, it won't come easily, but if I hear it, I'll
You know what it
I'll
is.
understand the
Recognize
word.
it.
Yeah, yeah. So
I'm learning so much about you, Mike. I had no idea.
yeah,
Onion. I'm telling you, if there's an onion
I knew
on
that.
staff,
There's an
it's,
onion.
it's Mike.
yeah.
It's Big Mike.
Big Mike.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna do that. You
When
guys
is,
do that. I'm not.
No, Mike's with me now.
I'm with him.
It's
Come
happening.
on, it's on.
When's the last time you were in Japan? Have you taken trips back? Or?
Yeah, no, I think prior to actually right when Myra and I had met, I was still working for a company out of LA. We imported and exported a lot of materials for like Sony and LG. So I would have to fly back to Japan twice a month to our main office there and just meet with the directors there about our sales for the US side. But it's probably been a while. I think once Myra and I met, I left that company shortly after under different circumstances. And so that kind of stopped. So I'd probably say it's been 20 years since I've been home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Been a minute.
Yeah. It's been a while.
That actually brings me to my next question as we continue this, journey of finding out so many new things about Mike.
Okay.
About your work history. Here's what I want to know.
Yes.
I want to know all the jobs you've had.
Okay.
And I want to know them in order of your least favorite to your most favorite.
So not chronological.
Not chronological
Not
order,
chronological.
but
If it's
ones
easier
you
to list them
enjoy?
chronologically first and then tell us worst to best.
No, it's pretty easy.
I figure there's a guttural,
haven't-
kind of
I haven't-
instinct.
I haven't had a ton of jobs. So the one I probably hated the least, I worked for a finance company down near San Diego, and it was yeah, I was successful there. It was very lucrative. It was good, but it was very toxic. It was
You hated that one the most or the least?
the most. It was probably, I think I was lost in it. It was just not good for my family, my wife at the time. But it provided well, but was just not a great place to
Kind
be.
of just rat race.
Yeah. I mean, it was, just, dealing with clients and their money was, it was just a lot of taking part in things that, were contrary to maybe what I should have been doing. But so it's just a lifestyle that, was very flashy and nice, but just on the wrong end of where I should have been. From there, I worked in a foundry in Washington. So I shoveled sand 6 hours a day and poured metal for 2.
Wow.
So that's
like a totally different direction
yeah,
from finance.
way different. It was great for where I was in life to kind of get me physically healthy, and it was cool. We did all the metal castings for wooden boats for Pirates of the Caribbean. We did all the
That's cool.
bronze castings. So it was nice. It was a neat experience. But yeah, I wouldn't choose that again. And then from there,
That's how he became Big Mike, though, was at the
that's how I
foundry.
became Big Mike. That's probably where it started.
That's probably where it
started. From there, I worked for a company in Ontario and then opened my own. We manufactured and designed sunglasses. So I did that, and that was interesting. It was fun. It wasn't bad. And then I got into construction and opened my own business there, and then here.
Is here the best?
Here's the best.
Wow.
Absolutely.
I just have to say the
that is
different
a
kinds
super
of jobs
diverse-
you've had.
yeah.
I know.
Well, I think they were all kind of sales oriented. The industry was different, but I was always kind of just sales oriented, I think, in most cases, aside from like the foundry. So that's kind of always been
That was like the common thread.
Yeah, that was the common thread. I mean, designing sunglasses wasn't difficult. I think it was, once you understood your product, it was easier to do, but it was always just sales based.
Yeah.
So I kind of flowed.
So as someone who used to design sunglasses, are you very picky now about what sunglasses you'll wear?
Yes.
Okay. So
Yes.
what do you wear?
Just Ray-Bans.
Okay.
I don't, they're simple. They work great for work. But before, I didn't wear glasses really.
Mm.
But I there was just one aviator that I would wear So, but yeah, I'm a little picky, but now it's just, I think, functionality.
So were you like
Seen how the sausage is made.
That's,
Yeah.
It's hard now to buy sunglasses because I know how much they
cost to make?
cost. And you're like, wow, really? It costs $1.50
Does it
to
really?
make,
Wow,
and
that's brutal.
it's hard. It's a little harsh.
Yeah, they're flipping that thing around at
Yeah.
like 100%.
The next time you think about, like a pair of Ray-Bans, that pair at the liquor store versus the pair at the Ray-Ban store, I guarantee you there's about 17 cents difference in how much it costs.
Wow.
And so don't buy the Ray-Ban.
That's crazy.
Mind blown right now. I have a
Yeah.
hypothetical question
Yeah.
for you. Like, say, for instance, I was married to someone that just categorically refuses to wear sunglasses.
Yes.
This is like a total hypothetical.
100%
Yes.
hypothetical.
And he's in construction and has light blue eyes and has headaches all the time.
Oh.
What would your tips be for me to encourage him to wear sunglasses? As someone who
sell him
both
sunglasses.
sell him sunglasses, as someone who made sunglasses and was in construction,
Yeah.
I feel like you are probably the most knowledgeable person I could ask this question.
Well, I'm a major endorser of polarized lenses. If people don't understand the damage that the sun does to your eyes, look it up. It's very accurate. But wearing any sort of sunglass that's the lens isn't properly made, I mean, it's technically a medical device. When you import, you have to pass so many things through customs with paperwork. So, but as a medical device, if the lens isn't shaped properly, how it reflects or refracts the light into your eye can be very damaging. You don't realize it's happening, but so eyewear, now I sound like my dad, right? Eyewear is critical piece of protection, eye protection. So it really is.
You heard it here first, Joe.
Yes.
Hypothetical.
Hypothetically.
Yeah.
Hypothetically,
Joe.
If there was Joe out there.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, definitely you have to, especially if you're in construction outside or, yeah, it's critical.
He hypothetically comes home sometimes and his eyes are just, the whites are all red and then
Yeah.
it's like this blue, bright blue. But
Yeah.
hypothetical. Anyway,
Hypothetical.
continue on.
Yeah.
You have how many tattoos?
Oh gosh. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's just say a dozen. A dozen.
I like how after we
I
did the
just-
last 10, it was like I'm done counting.
Stop. Yeah.
We're double digits for sure.
yeah, I'm over 10. So.
What would you say is your favorite tattoo?
Oh, this one. So this one, it means kaiju. So when my granddaughter was born, her name is Karu, and so that's what we called her, which means little monster.
Okay.
And so that was her nickname. So my daughter and I, actually, she has the same one that's smaller, but we did that for her. So there's just that that common one. So that probably that one.
That's cool.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
What would you say is your least favorite?
Oh, let's not do that. That's I got my first tattoo, not professionally, but my first one when I was 13.
Like a stick and poke then?
Yes.
Okay.
We were. You want to hear the story? I'm gonna tell you. The story.
Tell us. That's
So
what we're here for.
we had made it to the championships. I was in the 8th grade. We made it to the championships, and so I'm there. The whole team.
For what?
Yeah.
Basketball.
Okay.
Right. So just the whole team's there, and we're just whatever having this big thing before the game coming up, and
Legends never
Yeah,
yeah, and we're like
this
we're gonna win this thing
Yeah.
because we're playing Carlsbad, which they were a terrible school. I
Yeah.
mean,
Got it in the
yeah,
bag.
we got it.
Yeah.
We're taking this down. Like we don't even need to sleep the day before the game. We're just gonna stay up and tattoo each other.
Genius.
Yeah, for our championship tattoos. I don't even think I got to play. I might have fell asleep on the bus. So
What were the tattoos?
So was the
that said
tattoo
champs?
actually
no,
champs?
they were just big, ugly basketballs that were on fire. But
Where, if I can ask, where the tattoo was?
it's on the inside of my calf. So they, because I
And
thought
it's still there.
it's still there.
See, that's the myth about stick and poke is people think that it goes away.
Oh,
No.
no.
That's impressive because I've seen a lot of people like, oh, I had a stick and poke, and it's like I can't even see it
Oh
anymore.
no, it's
That was some good
Right.
stick and poke.
right there. It's a great topic of conversation
Yeah.
when I wear shorts in the summer. Hey, is that a birthmark? Oh no, no sir.
I wish.
Champs. Champs, maybe. Almost champs.
Almost. That's my flaming basketball.
Do you think that you'd feel that way if you guys had won?
I still would feel this way. No, probably not. Probably. It was, yeah. No, it was probably not a great choice.
What position did you play?
I was center. I was,
Big Mike.
I was 6'1" in the 8th grade. I was this tall in 8th grade.
Wow.
I stopped growing after, but
Wow.
so I was big.
Wow, you were looking like you were about to be
I
an
was,
NBA
I was
prospect
going.
right
That's
there.
why I
Yeah.
got the tattoo. I'm
Yeah.
thinking next year 6'7".
Yeah.
With my winning record behind me, my
No one
trophy.
can stop me now.
Oh yeah, I would have carried the medal, whatever they were going to give me.
Little were you
Yeah.
thinking that when you made it to the pros, you were going to have a flaming basketball showing every game.
Just every game.
Every game
As I'm,
right there.
just terribly ugly. It's green. It's not even orange.
Wow.
It's just green.
The whole tattoo is
There's
green.
just no. It's all kinds of colors.
Oh.
We can just move on.
That's
Okay.
awesome.
We can move on.
I'm sure there's more questions.
I added this one today because I'm curious. What is your biggest pet peeve? Would you say? And you can list multiple. We can
Biggest
share
pet
some too.
being late.
Other people being late, or you yourself, or both.
No, me myself.
Okay.
I think my dad. He's Marine, right? So if you're there on time, you're late. So we were always 15 minutes. Like that's where you got to be. Toothpaste. The cap on the toothpaste.
Mm.
That's you want to cap on the toothpaste.
Want to start a fight right
Yeah,
there.
yeah, cap on the toothpaste. Toilet paper.
Like, are you talking like cap on or like cap
on.
screwed all the way
Yeah,
on?
and not like toothpaste was squirting out and you decided to scoop it up and then squish it so it's all good though.
Yeah.
Like clean your toothpaste.
Because my wife she does like a half a turn,
that's
and
nice.
I'm like, are you serious? You think this is gonna stay on?
Yeah.
It's not. We had to switch to the ones that close like this because it was.
That's
Causing too many issues.
and then they don't click it closed. They just
Yeah,
flip it
they just
over.
flip it over.
Yeah.
Were you just going to say that toilet paper should go under?
No, over.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was a little bit worried there.
Yeah. No, I my wife won't watch this. I will take the toilet paper out of the bathroom if they do it under. Yeah.
Like, you'll,
Like as a punishment.
I'll
Yeah.
remove it.
Yeah.
I'll remove it. I'll put it, you
it's
know.
like, here's a good
Yeah.
way to learn your
Yeah.
lesson.
And then
here.
someone will say, "Can you please bring me the toilet paper?" I said, "Yeah, you can put it on right." And then, no, I don't do that anymore.
Like, tell me which way's right.
Yeah. Over or under.
Yeah.
Over or under. I don't have a lot of, no, I think the being late one is really it. The toothpaste really is one, but, there's one. I think it's, how people enunciate words. Like, for example, documentary, right? That's not the word. It's documentary. So I have a friend who says things like elementary. Does your daughter go to elementary school?
Wow.
No, I've never. Yeah, I don't even know.
I don't know what that is.
Yeah.
You're like, English wasn't my first language, and I still know that's wrong.
That's not right. Yeah. So yeah, it's things like
Do you
that.
think they're doing it on purpose?
No, I think people just some people like to over enunciate vowels or place the emphasis. in the
I've
wrong
always
place.
struggled with library. We're missing a whole letter in library.
Yeah, we would not be friends.
Yeah, that's hard.
I'll tell you one of my pet peeves is when I'm driving and there's someone on a bicycle and they're waving me on and I can't see the other. I'm like, you don't control if I get in an accident right now, what am I going to say? Oh, the bicyclist
Could we get their
told me I could
insurance?
go.
Yeah.
It drives me bananas. Where we used to live kind of behind St. Mary's in an apartment, and I would take this back way to get to the freeway, and there would be people riding their bikes on my way to work, and they don't even turn around. They're just waving me, and I'm like, I'm driving. I'm responsible for me. I have to see if there's another car coming. Oh, it would drive me so nuts.
That's tough.
That's my pet peeve. I don't like when bicyclists tell me what to do when I'm driving, because if I make a wrong choice, I'm responsible. I don't get to be like, he told me I should go.
Plus, in that situation, you're Big Mike.
Yeah.
You're driving the show, man.
Seriously.
Come on. You mentioned there's a pretty significant age gap in your daughters.
Yes.
How does it feel to be a toddler dad again? You've done it, and then you were like, boom, back to having a toddler. What's kind of that experience like with that kind of a gap?
I think I don't know. I think some part of me, I think I kind of or I feel like I was built to be a dad, So I welcomed it. Myra's 10 years younger than I. So when we had that conversation, it was, it wasn't hard for me. She wanted to have or try to have one more. So I was very much on board. I was really happy about it. We almost didn't have her. It just kind of wasn't working out. But I was excited for the whole process. I think I've enjoyed it more so because, I've had, almost 30 years of raising my other kids. So, and now, the girls came to HDC, my older girls, when they were 3 or 4. So Saya has been and is our first one to
Raise fully through.
She was dedicated here. Mikey did that. And so she's just going to know, she won't know anything but me as a Christian, her family being a Christian home and attending here. So we were excited for that opportunity, and her sisters were. So I've enjoyed it. I had to get healthier physically. I think I had to, get in shape, lose some weight, and just overall improve my health because I knew I had a long, I'm
They
50.
push you, man.
Yeah, I'm 50.
Yeah.
I have a lot of work to do. So,
I'm asking you out of the context that I'm raising a toddler right now, and I'm exhausted.
Oh no, so I think what I realized in my wisdom now is that if I just give her everything she wants, I don't have any issues.
You heard it here first.
Yeah, and so her mother, unfortunately, is the enemy. And we're okay with that, though.
Yeah.
We're okay with that.
Yeah.
You know, we
Got to go covert
yeah,
a little
we
bit.
struggle past it,
Yeah.
my little girl and I, you know, and we pray for Myra vigilantly. And but you know, we're well stocked in snacks. Capri Suns live in generous amounts in the garage. So we're good.
Is that kind of the retreat place? Is the garage?
No, that's typically, we leave the Capri Suns in the garage because it gets hot. So when we lock Myra out there, she doesn't dehydrate.
Important.
We love her. We love her still,
Yeah.
even though she's not on board with the program. No, it's been good. I actually, you know, I really make an effort, even though after work, to sit down with her at the dollhouse. And she doesn't want me to play. She just wants me to watch her play. So I just sit there and my legs fall asleep. And so I'm being a good dad, but I've enjoyed it. You know, I didn't pay attention to those things. I think early on it was work.
Yeah.
And now I get to take part. So it's been good.
Yeah. You kind of like have all that time to almost miss having a toddler.
Yeah.
Before now
Yeah.
you get to have one again.
Yeah, it's been
kind of
really
fun.
good. It's been really good.
You made like an offhanded comment to me one time, or maybe it was to somebody else. And I was like, what time does Big Mike get up in the morning? Because it was early. When do you wake up in the morning?
So I 4 o'clock.
Holy moly.
Is the schedule
And that's
time.
just by choice.
I think it's by necessity. I think, you know, like trying to get to the gym and then be home to get, because Myra leaves to work early, so to be home to get the baby up and have that time together to start her day off well, and then, you know, so we do that whole process. And
Plus you got to get the ham on and the eggs.
the ham and the eggs, and then we let her out of the garage so she can eat. And then so we just do that. We have our process, our routine for Saya and for Myra and I to still connect, and so it's just kind of how it started. You know, I think out of necessity. Yeah. I don't enjoy it.
If you're getting up at 4, what time are you like, I'm done?
I have to put myself to bed by midnight. So
that is not the answer I was expecting. You're talking to someone who is in bed by 8:30. If I have anything, if I have any control.
Yeah, if I have the opportunity to do that, yeah, absolutely. But you know, I still have to maintain, just, you know, for finance sakes, as we change over since I came here. I still do, you know, some construction work, and so that's my downtime from home. It's dinner and the family, and then they go to bed at 9-ish or so with the kids, and then that's my window to.
You're working again.
Yeah, and then I try and
So I can't imagine your sleep score is great on your Oura Ring.
It's usually under 60.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does it track your sleep debt? Because I guess.
I think it has comments that I don't think are standard with the ring. It's a little abrasive.
They're personalizing them for
just
you.
take me off. Why do you wear this?
Why bother?
Yeah, why bother?
You're like, hey, buddy, what are we doing?
Like, really? Question mark. So
you're like, how did I sleep last night?
Yeah.
They're like, do you want to know?
Why are you even checking at this point?
Yeah, Myra has this thing though. She's like, but I don't understand how your stress level, you have zero stress all day. And I told her, well, you know, Mikey and Jody, I'm just like, look, that's what you do. You're so tired that you just don't care. And there's just no stress. You're just, you know, so. But no, I don't, that's not always the case. I really do try to get a decent amount of sleep, but it's usually about 4.5 hours.
That's impressive. Thin margins you can run on. That is impressive.
It's 10, I probably, I don't know why that happens.
That's very impressive.
I feel like such a wimp.
Yeah.
I get my 8 hours. I don't usually get 8 hours anymore.
Yeah, I enjoy it. I do. I think now it's just there.
Let's say this. You're planning date night.
Yes.
What's the game plan? What are we doing? What's happening?
Usually, you know, we'll pick a movie, but she's 4, so I don't know. Oh. You can do, we'll just chop that out. So, Myra and I usually will choose a movie.
Yeah.
No, that's it. Yeah, we don't. The funny part is we'll go out and eat. Usually it's just, we want to go somewhere where we can have conversation. But you know, we're also, we don't go too far from home because we have the 4-year-old.
So where do you eat up in the desert?
with your high food standards that are happening at home.
We're throwing chilies.
We typically will go to the Lighthouse or Yoshi's Sushi.
Okay.
We know them very well, so but their fish is very fresh.
Yeah.
It's the freshest fish I've had up here, so so we usually go there. That's our go-to spot. But Myra is not picky. She will. I don't know that. No, we'll go anywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's usually our go-to spot. It's close to home, and we trust the food. But yeah, that's usually it. Yeah.
Keep it local.
Yeah.
Wow, I have learned so much here.
Me too. I feel like we've peeled back the layers
Yeah.
of the onion. Learned so much about.
I feel like we've just started, to be honest.
I know.
There's so much that there's going to be questions. We probably season 2 we might.
need to bring
There's
Mike back
there's
again.
few people we'll do twice, but I feel like we'll need to bring Micah
for
back
sure.
and ask the audiences questions now.
Yes. What are your questions for Big Mike?
Yeah.
I still feel uncomfortable with Big Mike. I'm not gonna.
I'm a little
It's
uneasy,
even
too.
as the
I'm
even
trying real hard to be okay with it.
even as the episode's gone on, it's kind of caught on for
Yeah.
you though.
but I just can't.
Now you're saying
Sorry,
it, so.
I am,
Yeah.
and I
It's okay.
regret
By the
that.
time we get to season 2, it'll just be like, we got Big Mike.
It'll roll right
It'll just
over.
be normal.
Yeah.
So, thanks for being on, Big Mike.
Oh, my
Appreciate
pleasure.
it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, we had so much fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And hope you enjoyed the episode. We will keep tracking along this summer as we get to know some of our staff members and we keep peeling back the layers of the onion. I hope that you're enjoying it and having fun tuning in along with us. We'll see you on the next one.
I didn't know if I was included.
No, that's
I just
good.
jump right
You're
in.
the first one
Yeah.
to do that. I
I'm
love
just
it.
jump right in.